Do you sometimes get confused between nouns and pronouns? Don't worry, you're not alone. Today, we're going to master nouns and pronouns, the most basic but powerful parts of grammar. By the end of this lesson, you'll not only understand them, but you'll also be able to identify them in any sentence with confidence. And yes, there will be quizzes, so stay sharp and play along with me until the end. A noun is simply a naming word. It names a person, a place, a thing, or even an idea. Without nouns, we wouldn't even know what we're talking about. Imagine trying to say, loves running, without saying, who loves running. It doesn't make sense until we add a noun, like, John loves running. Now the meaning is clear. There are many types of nouns. Common nouns are general names, such as teacher, city, or dog, while proper nouns are specific names, like Emma, New York, or the White House. Here's a quick quiz for you. In the sentence, Emma lives in New York, which words are the proper nouns? Did you say Emma and New York? Perfect, you got it right. Nouns can also be countable and uncountable. Countable nouns are things we can count, like apples or cars, while uncountable nouns are things we cannot count, like sugar, water, or money. Quiz time. Is the word milk countable or uncountable? Yes, it's uncountable. We don't say 2 milks, we say 2 glasses of milk. Another way to think about nouns is whether they are concrete or abstract. Concrete nouns are things you can see and touch, like a phone or a cat, while abstract nouns are ideas and feelings, like love, honesty, or freedom. For example, in the sentence, happiness is important, happiness is an abstract noun because you can feel it but not touch it. We also have collective nouns, which describe groups. Words like team, family, or flock fall into this category. For example, in the sentence, the class is taking a test, class is a collective noun because it describes a group of students. Now let's make it interactive. Repeat after me. The happy child is playing in the park. Did you spot the nouns? Yes, child and park are the nouns in that sentence. Now that we understand nouns, let's move on to pronouns. A pronoun is a word that replaces a noun to avoid repetition. Without pronouns, our sentences would sound awkward. For example, instead of saying, Michael is a teacher, Michael loves teaching, Michael goes to school every day, we can simply say, Michael is a teacher, he loves teaching, he goes to school every day. See how much smoother that sounds? Personal pronouns are some of the most common. Words like I, you, he, she, it, we, and they fall into this category. For example, in the sentence, they are playing basketball, the word they is the pronoun. Possessive pronouns show ownership, like mine, yours, his, hers, ours, and theirs. In the sentence, that car is theirs, the word theirs is the possessive pronoun. We also have reflexive pronouns, like myself, himself, and themselves, which point back to the subject. For example, she taught herself Spanish. Demonstrative pronouns include this, that, these, and those. In the sentence, those are my shoes, the word those is the pronoun. Interrogative pronouns are used in questions, like who, whose, what, and which. For example, in which is your favorite subject? The word which is the pronoun. Relative pronouns such as who, that, and which connect clauses together. For example, the girl who won the race is my friend. In that sentence, who is the relative pronoun. Here's the golden rule. A pronoun always replaces a noun. For example, David has a dog, he loves it. Here, David is the noun replaced by he, and dog is the noun replaced by it. Let's try a little challenge. Listen carefully. Michael and Sarah are friends. They go to school together. Michael plays soccer, and Sarah likes reading. She studies a lot, and he practices every day. How many nouns and pronouns did you hear? The nouns were Michael, Sarah, friends, school, soccer, and reading. The pronouns were they, she, and he. Did you catch them all? Now it's your turn to practice. Try making a short story using both nouns and pronouns. For example, John has a cat. He loves it very much. The cat is playful, and it makes him happy every day. Can you create your own? Say it out loud right now and see if you can spot both the nouns and the pronouns. So today we learned that nouns name people, places, things, and ideas, while pronouns replace nouns to make sentences smoother. Together, they are the foundation of grammar. If you enjoyed this lesson and played along with the quizzes, make sure to keep practicing daily. The more you use nouns and pronouns, the more natural they'll become in your speaking and writing.